A very good morning to all of you present here. Today I'll be covering a very important topic of the chapter Inequalities, Relation and Function. The topics which will be covered today are domain and range and types of functions. So first of all we will talk about what is domain and what is range. So domain is a pre-image or the value of the independent term, whereas range is the image or the value of the dependent term. If you take an example, let this be your set A and this be your set B. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3 and here we have A, B, C and D. Okay, so if 1 gives you A, 2 gives you B, 3 gives you C. Okay, so here the set A is the domain. Okay, here the set A, which is the input value or the pre-image value, is your domain, and the value which it gives, the value which has the image, in we can say element A, element B and element C are range. Okay, now you have a question that why we do not include D, element D, as a range, because it does not have any image, or you can say it does not have any pre-image in the set A. That's why it cannot be known as range. So what will be it called? It will be known as codomain or part of codomain. Codomain is the elements present in the set B. Okay, all the elements present in the set B are known as codomain. It will be A, B, C and D. Okay, if you write it like this: A, B, C and D. Both the 4 of these elements would comprise codomain. The 3 of these elements are known as range, and the set A is known as domain. Okay, so the domain is the pre-image, range is the image that we get from the pre-image, and codomain include all the elements in the set B. Okay, so range, we can say that range is a part of codomain. Okay, range is a part of codomain, or range is a subset of codomain. Okay, range is a subset of codomain. Okay, so now if we solve, here we have one question, that y equals to 1 by modulus x. So how could we solve it? To solve it, we will prefer that if y equals to 1 by x or 1 by minus x. As we know, in modulus function we write it as fx equals to x for x value greater than 0, greater than equals to 0, or fx equals to minus x if x value of x is less than 0. Okay, so if the value of x is greater than equal to 0, here we the value of x will not be equal to 0, because if the value of x is 0, then the whole function is not defined. Okay, so the value of x will not get be 0. So if the value of x is greater than 0, then we will get y equals to 1 by x. If the value of x is negative, then we will get y equals to 1 by minus x. Okay, so if we rearrange this, then we will get x equals to 1 by y or x equals to minus 1 by y. Okay, got it? So if in this case, if x would be positive, so what will be the value of y? It will be positive. Okay, so here the value of y would be more than 0. Okay, now what here, if the value of x is negative, what will be the value of y? Then also it will be negative. So what will be the value of y? So value of y will be greater than 0. Okay, that's how we solve it. It will not be equal to 0. Why? Because to become here 0, we don't have any value that we can put it on. So that is why the value of y would always be greater than 0. So why do we solve it? Why did we did all of this stuff? To find out the domain and range of the following. So domain would be the value of x. The value of x can be any real number, it belongs to any real number except 0. Okay, the domain can be any real number but not 0. Now what will be the range? What can be the value of y? As we have written it, the value of y should always be greater than 0. Okay.